Hold up, fresh update here. That clip you saw, Kodak Black totally blindsided by someone rushing up in an NYC club. A sudden kiss hit the internet fast, then things got messy real quick. Right after chaos unfolded nobody saw coming. Now people are digging into what actually went down. Back when it happened, big-name musicians like him, guys with long records, deep pasts, major spotlight, usually roll with backup, buffers all around. Close contact rarely happens. Guards stand watch, ropes block paths, backstage doors stay hidden. People in charge decide who moves near. A setup built to stop chaos like the one seen online that day in 2026. Yet Kodak Black acts as if those rules were made for someone else. Kodak Black, real name Bill Capri, grew up in Golden Acres, a rough neighborhood in Pompano Beach, Florida, where life shaped his quiet presence. Clubs feel natural to him, almost like he slips through them without noise. Down among everyone, never set apart. Right there, feeding off the noise and motion around him. Close enough to touch if you reach out. Handshakes happen easy, photos snap without fuss, laughter spreads like it belongs to nobody. Fully inside the moment, as if he simply wandered in by chance, though really, the lights turned on because of him. This nearness, made on purpose, who he is both personally and creatively, is shaped by this truth. Because what follows will bring back to light how perfectly it sets up certain scenes. He stood there close enough to touch. On April 8, 2026, inside a club in New York, Kodak moved among bodies without surprise. Folks near him didn't step back. This kind of nearness, normal, how it always runs when he shows up. A quiet rule, never written, just followed. Close you get, close he remains, nothing much comes of it usually. That stretch of days in New York, luck had leaned his way. Up on stage during the April Fool's Comedy Jam, he did his set. That Friday evening, April 4th, brought him to the Barclays Center's spacious hall, packed audience, solid performance. Just days before, Harbor NYC hosted his rooftop set under open sky and bright lights. Energy in the city matched his own. He stayed immersed, no hurry to return south. He wasn't holding back or staying low-key. Instead, nights stretched long, filled with movement through New York's pulse exactly when everything clicks into place. Nothing says stop just yet. That evening's clips spreading online show Kodak caught up in something particular. Out there in the club, lights flashing, bass thumping, he moved like every beat belonged to him. Not by himself when it came to having a good time. Close enough that space hardly existed between them, he leaned into Brittany, ease spreading through their silence. A signer on his sniper gang roster, she fit right into the blur of the moment. That evening's footage captured her dancing close, shifting against him. They shared laughs, swaying in rhythm, his expression saying it without sound. Words repeated down below, line following line, as if everyone saw the same thing. Out of nowhere, like sparks flying in church smoke, people nearby felt the crackle, no hiding it. Lenses recorded every second. That short video began bouncing across screens before anyone noticed the main event unfold. Suddenly, motion cut through the noise. A voice cracked the air. Yo, fresh blood. Not planned, just instinct. One person among the bodies, a follower, maybe just curious, spotted an opening. No pause to wonder if it'd backfire. Moved straight at Kodak. Fast feet. Brave or reckless. Lips met cheek, public as daylight. A space unfolds before others through a handheld lens, kept as evidence. Most versions last from 9 to 12 seconds, holding every part of the move in, the touch of lips, what follows right after. What appears during that stretch is Kodak Black seeming more surprised than he has in any prior frame. Afterward, his expression resembles someone scrambling to understand an event their mind never saw coming. Staring wide, pivoting fast, glancing light. People across each site talked about it exactly alike, like someone handed them identical lines to say, "Hold on now." The man never shoved the fan aside. Instead of reaching for guards, he stayed calm. Not once did he cause a fuss, shout loud, or act in ways that could have made things worse. What stood out was how still he remained when everything around hinted at chaos. That quiet pause. How he handles things when someone steps too close at a show like Kodak Black often does, he lets it sit. A slow take, then just moves on. That expression said everything. Not a shout, not a threat, just silence filled by what his face showed. On April 8, it spread fast, pushed by online corners where hip-hop lives ahead of TV or radio ever catching up. Sites like World Star, My Mixtape, Hip Hop Ties, Drizzy Inspiration, they lit the fuse. Hours after appearing, each shared version carried replies stacked with the same term repeated endlessly. Unruly. A single label stuck, messy. Here it is. What made those remarks disorganized was, what caught everyone off guard wasn't the moment, nor how daring it seemed, yet still somehow tied to Kodak. Instead, reactions exploded because of one person in the crowd. Not just any spectator, their identity sparked everything. Reactions shifted wildly depending on who viewers believed stood there. Every post, every reply, spiraled around assumptions, guesses, and strong opinions about that single attendee. A person kissed Kodak, but nobody knows their name yet. As of April 9, 2026, 0 official sources shared it. Reports failed to find a trace. Online profiles stayed hidden too. Not even someone saying they did it came forward. Someone talked. This individual seemed just another face in the crowd until they noticed Kodak stepped forward, then vanished again like smoke, no trace left behind. Online reactions began piling up. First claims of "that's a Sir G," soon followed by tags like "Lady Boy" or "that's a dude." Others pushed back fast, accusing onlookers of overreacting, focusing instead on how the fan was dressed, saying appearances shouldn't spark debate. What folks expect shows up first. After that, the memes roll in, followed by those puzzled emoji faces, then shared posts with lines meant to pull others into the talk. WorldStar called their video, "The internet's confused," because that is exactly what the internet was. That angle lit the spark. Those who missed the footage arrived just to grasp the fuss. Others, familiar with it, returned to argue their take right there in replies. This kept things moving. That moment blew up online, turning into something bigger than the actual incident. The debate around it grew faster than the facts ever could. Same old loop. Anyone paying attention to Kodak Black, even casually, knows the scene at that Manhattan nightclub in early April wasn't out of nowhere. Not really. It simply added another line to a story already scribbled across years, one shaped by supporters stepping past boundaries. Strange moments piled up, yet Kodak kept showing up just as strange, clumsy, calm, always there when the dust settled. What makes it possible? He stays reachable. Nearly everyone else famous like him learned long ago, keep fans at arm's length if you want peace. Stay distant. Let mystery handle the rest. Security wraps around you like a quiet fence. Not once did Kodak choose that path, visible in each frame he made. Walking into shows, clubs, and open areas like a person drawn to the pulse of things, not hovering outside it. Over time, doing this city after city, place after place, country on country, tailies begin to gather. A few bring laughter, others spin out strange or sharp edges, while one stands heavy, almost too much to face. Begin here near the peak. Even now, years later, it sticks around, alive in the heads of those who witnessed it. By 2026, nothing else comes close when it comes to pure disorder, unmatched confusion. A moment caught on film, real, unscripted, body close to body, the kind you rarely see with this person. It happened in the Bahamas back in September 2022. This time, the mood shifted entirely. Calm instead of noise, softness where there once was rush. Still, beneath the surface, the pattern stayed unchanged. There was no stage, no crowd waiting. Just steps through sand, moving toward water, surrounded by people he knew, clearly off duty. Then a woman, hair light, eyes locked from several feet away. No pause, no second thoughts running across her face. Out of nowhere, she moved close. Her fingers slid behind his head, gentle yet firm. Into her arms he went, drawn in by a hold so tight it felt less like comfort and more like claiming. Every part of her met every part of him, warmth merging without space to breathe between. A beat passed before she eased back, only slightly not breaking contact, just shifting grip. Palms framing his face now, eyes locking on his with no hesitation. Words came clear, unshaped by doubt. "It doesn't matter whether some girl waits for you somewhere. I needed to taste your lips." She kissed him on the cheek next. Then came the jumping, wild and loud, her voice tearing through the air. Out of nowhere, she faced her friends to share the news. Back she came, wrapping her arms around him once more, pressing a kiss to his cheek, saying love out loud, then dashing away. The entire time, Kodak held her close without hesitation. His reply came soft, "I love you too." After her words landed, he uploaded the video straight to his Instagram stories, calling it raw, real affection. Not a hint of awkwardness showed. Just Kodak being exactly who he is, opening that piece of his world, handling it like a moment meant to linger, not slip away without notice. Next comes the event of 2024, the stage idea that caught everyone off guard. At a concert in California, one woman dropped down mid-show while he played. Her gesture carried weight, no laughter behind it. Perhaps she truly believed in what she was doing. Possibly it had never been pretend. True power filled the air. For once, Kodak matched its rhythm, dipping into lines he'd written long ago while eyes around him soaked up every second. That quiet exchange, him honoring the words, them holding their breath, delivered exactly what each person needed. Nobody left feeling shut out. That moment passed without much follow-up. How these situations usually fade out, that is where it landed. A video spread online. Attention lasted a short time before something else took its place, though traces remain in the collection of instances shaping his relationship with supporters. Year after year, similar rhythms appear in venues and performances, just quieter each time. Several recordings capture followers and occasionally close associates, dancing closely near him during concerts, late-night gatherings, private areas, bars. Close-up shots feel intensely personal, which makes viewers repeat one line again and again. They look like they're getting it on right there. Out of nowhere, he brings fans on stage for slow dances that linger far past normal concert timing. Instead of rushing, he writes names and messages slowly, making each signature feel meant only for that person, once spending 5 whole minutes on just one girl's t-shirt. Time stretches in these moments, until something quiet turns into another online moment people can't stop sharing. One odd fan encounter stands out above the rest. Then comes a short video, strange, random, that shows Kodak picking his nose and smearing it on a supporter's hair. This exact phrase now floats somewhere in reality, something everyone must simply live with. Every one of these events shares the very same core truth. Still, Kodak skips the usual space games. Always has. Fans rise up, fed on his raw drive, drawn close because he answers back. Because the guy who stepped forward last time left breathing. Later down the line, it won't surprise anyone when another person steps close to Kodak Black somewhere loud and messy, caught on camera doing what people do too often. Each incident arrives quietly, then returns again. Most never rise past laughter or quick jokes shared online, instead of becoming crises needing real answers. Yet they collect slow, steady, one after another across years, through different arenas, during show nights far apart. They stack without noise. The moment in New York City on April 8th simply slips into place among them. One more name on a roll that refuses to stop expanding. Surprise fills the room. Zoom out now. This tale has a simpler form too. Think Kodak Black, a fan, lips meeting his cheek. Picture a club scene instead of headlines. Someone jumps on stage. He freezes, eyes wide like saucers. Reactions flood online spaces fast. Names pop up. Guesses fly around for 2 full days. Then quiet returns. Moments vanish into feeds. Normal arrives again. That telling works well enough. True to detail, though missing deeper sense. Still, Kodak Black was never one for tidy-tailies. That man in the New York City club on April 8th, 2026, frozen with wide eyes in disbelief. His presence carries weight only some would recognize. Because behind that face is time served. Years inside a federal penitentiary before release came through presidential action. A bullet struck him near a famous eatery in West Hollywood, Super Bowl weekend adding noise to pain. Most of 2025 unfolded under court lights and media glare, a custody fight turning into chaos, marked by handcuffs and headlines. Still, those legal battles, live video streams online, accusations, no matter their courtroom endings, etched something into how people see him. That trace stays even after documents get signed by both sides. Knowing this won't rewrite the night at the club on April 8th, yet it shifts how heavy that moment feels. It alters the tale forming around who stood where, and what that second truly meant. Begin not with facts alone, instead look at how connections shaped what came next. Hooked straight into the pulse of that evening, the raw Britney clips, the fan lip touch every piece. By April 2026, no official word on Kodak Black being with someone steady. 5 kids, 4 mothers, his love story. A constant storm under public eyes, tangled deep in emotion, loud across hip-hop. Never staged for spotlight, simply lived, each twist born from how life unfolds around him. Out they drifted online, visible to everyone even if he preferred otherwise. Miranda Johnson ties him closest, a woman whose name echoes from property deals to TV fame on Wags to Riches, crossing paths with him near 2017. Back then, their bond sparked, flickering ever since through pauses and reunions. 2 kids link them now, a girl called Queen Yuri plus another child, a boy. Years spun round like this, splits followed by quiet returns, mostly shielded from noise, save fleeting traces left behind on social feeds. One moment things seemed fine, next cracks appeared. By 2025 it all fell apart, visible to anyone watching. Come February that year, Miranda moved fast. Emergency custody papers hit the court. Accusations poured out. Violence at home, missing as a dad, money owed but never paid, despite what he earned. Her argument leaned on Grayson's Law in Florida, where past abuse must shape custody rulings. What sparked the urgent court documents came down to one claim. Yet another part pointed to how Kodak plus his mom left with the child while saying she'd be shut out forever. Specifics filled each page, sharp enough to spread fast online. Right after, lawyers speaking for Kodak fired off a response just as quick. He hit back hard, saying it was just about cash. Then came lawsuits accusing him of lies and wrecking expensive vehicles. Miranda supposedly breaking windows on multiple high-end models. Court dates followed. Each stood their ground there. Arguments unfolded between both sides, spilling into the open via legal documents. Court papers mixed with online rants and gossip headlines offered a raw look at private pain on display. Then came Miranda's arrests, repeated ones throughout 2025, all tangled up in the same mess. A fight broke out at little Queen Yuri's birthday gathering, said to include women linked to Kodak's past relationships. Another clash followed later inside a club, leading to more chaos. Charges piled up: battery, criminal mischief, plus a courtroom clash that brought more trouble. Not just one woman, not just one family caught in the mess. Different mothers, different kids, separate court cases unfolding at once. All of it finally ended when they reached an agreement in September 2025. A deal about the kids got sorted out. After that, the court cases just went away. These days, news stories call her his former girlfriend without fail. On paper, it is all finished, yet the mark left behind still lingers. By 2026, his reputation won't just vanish because of a legal deal. That history sticks. Earlier than Miranda, there was Milo Rex, a social media figure who also rapped linked to him around 2021. Their breakup left things unsettled. So when she teamed up with NBA YoungBoy in 2025, tensions flared again, especially since Kodak had called out YB before. Videos from their past together started circulating once more. Back then, rumors and patterns returned to the talk. Just like before, online spaces reacted how they always do. She deals with matters fast, not quiet about it, full stop. No favoritism shown ever. Then comes just Britney into frame. Rewind now, that evening again. The club lights flicker, her contract, signed under Kodak, part of Sniper Gang now. It shows up like that on paper, the term used whenever someone wants clarity about how they're connected. Yet what happened during those nights in March and April 2026? Same event. Same city spot where fans caught that kiss paint something less polished. There she is, moving close, hips shifting in a way that seems far from staged. Smiling at him, there's a spark some fans say feels like magic sent down. They're posing together, standing near each other, giving off something warm, not quite what you'd expect from a boss and the musician he represents. Folks online won't stop referring to her as Kodak's partner, even if it hasn't been confirmed. Over time, he's mentioned in talks how mixing business with closeness can blur lines when working with female artists on his team. When it comes to Britney alone, things remain unclear. Out past the usual work setup, yet the video feels far from polished, while online crowds have already pieced things together long before any press release dropped. Back through court records now skipping these would leave Kodak Black's path half-told trouble began one fall month in 2015, just after he turned 18, pulled in over claims of pulling guns on folks near Pompano Beach, saying they'd tried to break into his place. Accusations piled up fast, hitting him with armed theft counts. He faced charges like battery, being held against his will, also claims of taking someone somewhere without consent. That moment marked the start of years shaped more by court dates than concerts. By early 2016, a woman said he harmed her in a hotel room in Florence, South Carolina, right after a performance. Prosecutors labeled it first-degree criminal sexual misconduct, South Carolina's harshest category, punishable by decades behind bars. Time passed with delays, hearings stretched on. 5 long years ticked by before anything neared resolution. Come April 2021, a plea deal was taken guilty to lesser charges, just first-degree assault and battery. 18 months of probation followed, no extra jail, plus an apology spoken in court required by agreement terms. Still, the old claims stick around, showing up in records and chat alike. Back in January 2018, during that probation stretch, he streamed himself online at home, handing round both pot and a gun. A baby slept nearby when police showed up. Right after seeing the video, officers moved quickly. Charges came fast: grand theft of a gun, illegal weapon ownership due to past convictions, holding marijuana, plus failing to care for his child. That moment still stands out today, often mentioned whenever rappers post things online that later hurt them legally. By 2019, federal agents added more trouble. He lied on paperwork meant to track who buys guns, hiding old crimes during screening steps. Picking up several handguns in Miami landed him in legal trouble. Guilty without dispute, he faced time behind bars, specifically 46 months under federal judgment. That stretch started before the calendar flipped to 2021, locked inside through early that year. Freedom came unexpectedly when Donald Trump reduced the penalty near the very end of his presidency. This move did not wipe the record clean. It wasn't forgiveness, just a shortened stay. Even though the conviction never left his file, getting it commuted let him leave federal prison early, after just about 18 months instead of close to 4 years. Right away, he picked up a job again. By February. On February 12, 2022, amid Super Bowl festivities in West Hollywood, gunfire broke out near the Nice Guy Eatery. Shot in the leg, Kodak wasn't alone, 2 others nearby got struck too. Legal action followed, with 2 wounded men suing him for what once amounted to $62 million. Yet by March 2026, their claim vanished completely, dismissed right before that fan kiss video surfaced. Now gone. The case got thrown out for good, so nobody can bring it back again. Vanished. That short video shows him. There he stands inside the club, eyes wide, caught off guard. Prison changed him, first locked up by the feds. Then came early release signed by the president. Gunfire followed. Later, a courtroom deal over assault claims. In 2018, kids were left alone, streamed without warning. By 2025, court battles over custody dragged on for months. 5 children, 4 different homes. An old partner reappeared, arguments spilled online again. Now, tension simmers around artists tied to his music brand. Everyone talking. Curious eyes are glued right now. Come April 9, 2026, not one public comment came out of Kodak. Zero announcements, zero posts, zero stories, empty air from his camp, blank space from supporters too. Total quiet wraps both ends tight. This whole thing, a fan leaned in, lips met, then stillness took over. Just like that, we've reached the end. Everything, been said. Did your eyes widen a bit while reading this? If so, more clips just as strange are waiting right there on display. Appreciation for staying through till now. Next time around, I'll be the one spotting you again.